Hi, this is Paul with Alpha Rain. We're the metal roofing company, and I just wanted to come to those in and around Virginia Square and talk to you about metal roofing. Like I said, we are a metal roofing company. That's actually all we do. We don't install shingle roofs or wood shake roofs. And I just want to talk to you if you're looking for a metal roof and you're a customer that you have a shingle roof or you don't have experience with metal, let's say. Just want to briefly talk to you and even those who have a metal roof. This might be good information for you if you're not aware of some of this. So um, shingle roofs, basically how they're installed, you order the shingles, obviously. Then you also order all the other components, flashing, the kits, the pipe boots, everything. And basically it's all shipped to your house or brought out when the contractor is going to do the job. And then it's assembled on your roof. It all, fits in. And that's not, it's a quick process. It's designed that way. Metal roofing is not this way. It's a lot slower of a process. It takes us about 3 times longer to do a metal roofing job than an asphalt, or maybe even longer than that, to be honest. There's a lot of detail, a lot of flashing. But as far as the components go, they can be ordered. Almost any metal manufacturer, they make a lot of money off their flashing pieces. The issue with flashing pieces when you're talking about a metal roof is when you order from a manufacturer, it's going to come in 2, 3 flashing pieces, sometimes 4 flashing pieces. You have to fit them all in together. And the issue with that is more possibility for leaks or snow when it thaws and freezes to get in those flashing details. So those aren't really good long-term, like I want to keep my house and my metal roof for 50 years type of installations. It's more, a lot of commercial applications are used that way. And we've gone back on so many, not ones that we've done. And we pretty much don't do this anymore because it's such a headache and a hassle. These commercial customers would say, oh, it's leaking. And it's because they're spec'd by the architect, these 3 and 4 piece flashings. And a roofing company like us will go in there and say, no, that's wrong. And they say, well, you either do it this way or you don't get the job. So we've really shied away from commercial. We haven't really done any, our focus is residential. So it's unfortunate for the commercial industry because they are really hurting as far as the flashing detail goes with all the leaking issues they have. So as a whole, if you had us come out and install a roof for you, we would bring out the entire coil of metal. Would be on a decoiler, and we'd make all of our flashing right from that coil. And we make all the panels on site. When we first started out, we learned real quickly that if you make them at the shop and then bring them, you're gonna get scratches in it. Some guys will have them made by somebody else and then trailer them in because they don't have their own machine. We have a couple of machines that make the panels, and the best system to do is a double lock. Double lock, the way it locks in, it doesn't allow for any leaking even with snow where the seams are. The old way, how they did it, if you have an old tin roof, they would just do a single lock, which basically was just like that. And those really didn't leak. There wasn't a whole lot of issues with them, but every now and then, you'd have a seam that would kind of open up a little bit and some water or snow would get in there. So the double lock system is just, it turns it over twice. It's a lot better of a system. So some of the things, when you're looking for a contract to do metal roofing, since we only do metal, we have the same crew. I'll give you references of jobs we've done, and those references will be actually the same crew installed those as would install your house. So when you look at our jobs, they're going to be jobs that you can point to and say, this is the quality that will be done on my house. And I would say yes, because it's the same crew and they know even more now because that job was done, maybe even a year or 2 earlier. So with that, if you get a company that they do shingles, they do wood shake, they do everything else as far as roofing goes, and they do metal, question whether or not, say, how many roofs do you do a year? They might, some of the bigger companies might say 10, 20, 30 metal roofs, and ask them how many crews did those. Was it 1 crew that did them all, or was it 5 crews? Was it 6 crews? And the issue with that is a lot of times companies, they'll grab a crew to do the job, and then a month later they'll get another metal roofing job. They'll grab another crew because that one's not available because another company outside of theirs is using them. And so what happens is you're not really sure which crew you're going to get sometimes, even though it's the same company. So they'll give you addresses of all of the houses that are the best crew did, and then whether or not you're going to get that crew, who knows. So those are just some of the behind the scenes. Since we run a roofing company, we know all this stuff. We've had to deal with all these issues over the years, and we were like, you know what, we want one crew, and we want to work with them. And that's what we do. And every job, they go from job to job to job. And we normally do about 50 metal roofing jobs in a year, weather permitting. Sometimes we do more, sometimes we do less. And like I said, we're a small company. So if you get some of these companies that are doing 10, 20 a year, might sound like a lot, but it's really not, especially considering we're not that big of a company and we do 50. So all that being said, you can check out our website, alpharrain.com. You can call us directly at 540-222-1642. We don't have a fancy 800 number. We're a smaller company, and we like to talk to you directly. You won't get a secretary who says, well, let me take your number and have somebody get back to you. It would be one of the owners, myself or my father, answering the phone, and we'll try to treat you with as much courtesy and customer service as we can. We'd like to work with you if that works out. So check us out, like I said, and appreciate you watching this YouTube video. We have more information on our website, and appreciate it. Thank you.